Ahoy and welcome aboard Blue Moon. I'm Donna. Jim and I were down in the bilges this week doing some dirty projects, and it's a good thing I'm short. There's a few places where I fit that Jim didn't, and this has come in handy in the past. When we were refitting this boat, I had to crawl into some very small places to rewire some of the lights and things. I'll try to dig up some of those photos, but I hope you enjoyed this. Today is a dirty job. Got to replace a bilge pump in the aft. It creates some interesting problems considering the very small spaces that you have to get into. Like this locker here. That's the output for the bilge pump hose. And the hose, of course, after quite a few years does not want to let go. The other half of the bilge pump is here in the back under the deck here. I probably couldn't see it, but it's way up there, and it still works, but it's up on a platform and it leaves a lot of extra water behind.
So in order to work, we have to suck all the water out of the bilge with a wet and dry vac, and it's a messy, disgusting job. Plus we're re-engineering it, so
to make it more effective.
To make it work,
yeah,
would be nice. And they did funky things here. They have plastic hose fittings going into galvanized stuff, and it really
isn't quite right. It works, but it isn't quite right.
It kind of works. And this is important. If you blow the seal on the rudder,
this is the rudder,
then water will pour
here,
which is very bad.
Yeah. Water needs to stay on the outside.
Yeah, put the water on the outside. That's the goal here, always.
This is the bilge pump we picked to replace the one that's down there, though Jim noticed the one currently there isn't in bad shape, and it's very low down, so we may not actually swap them out. We'll see.
So this is the fitting that goes out. This is plastic, which really for bilge stuff you shouldn't do. But this is the piece that goes in, and then it dumps the water over in a through hull. And this piece is actually part of the pump. It was easier to cut the hose and then unscrew this in the pump. This is vinyl hose, and it's probably 30 years old, and it's like fossilized. Had to cut it with a saw.
I guess it was white once. It's black now.
I have no idea. I think it's the clear, which should look like
the stuff over here.
Yeah.
Might have looked like this once upon a time. Certainly doesn't now.
So we've got to figure out how to get this plastic off here
without ruining
these fittings. Otherwise, we've got to get new fittings. You don't want to cut it with a knife. You'll score the plastic, and then water can come back through. You have to be kind of ginger with it. So we'll have to see how best that works. But anyways, at least you can get at this. Some of them you cannot get at. They really
whoops.
Come back here. All right.
Off to West Marine.
Yeah, we got to get that hose out somehow.
Okay. Want me to do that?
Yeah, it's completely hard.
I know.
You might as well just have plumbed it with like copper or something. So hopefully I don't have to cut that here, so we can just get it out. Plus they did it right. The bulkhead fitting, because this is a lobster boat, sometimes this is all underwater here, and they did it right. They put a nice tight through hull bulkhead fitting, it's called, and then they gooped all around with silicone. So
it's not going anywhere.
Well, I'm not going anywhere, even when it should go somewhere.
Even when you want to fix it.
So let me see if I can push that down.
Okay.
So Donna, where are you, honey?
There.
All right.
Look what I found.
So yeah, isn't that a beauty?
Yeah, really pretty.
Yeah, that's why I put my gloves on.
That was
and I don't know what happens. I'm assuming this is clear vinyl. I don't know how it breaks down. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of bluish.
It is bluish. Ew.
This should be. You can see how hard this is.
Hard as a rock.
Yeah.
I'll take it back since I'm already gooey.
All right, here, get that off my boat.
Okay.
Actually, no, wait, I have to, I gotta measure it, then always add 2 feet because...
You'd rather be a little too long than a little too short.
Yeah.
Plus, are you going to bring it through a different direction slightly?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it over the thingy thing. There's a whole big thing involved
there.
there.
Give it 4 extra feet maybe or more.
Well, 2 is good.
2? All right.
All right.
Welcome to the aft bilge. We call these the back bays. There's 3 of them on this boat. I wanted to show you the installation that Jim just finished with the hoses for the bilge pump here. Now this is the new hose Jim just installed for the bilge pump. Now it used to go through this teeny limber hole here, and it actually blocked the water flow. Everything is supposed to flow into the center bilge, so he made a loop, which is also a good thing. It breaks siphons. We put a loop in, and in the end we decided to keep this older bilge pump. It's actually not badly installed, and it's working, so we have the other one as a backup if we need it. And there's our installation. Well, while we were working here in the bilge, excuse me, it's a little tight in here, we noticed that the paint someone had added to the walls here and the floor here were really peeling badly. And you know, you'd think it's bilge, what's the big deal? But if some of these chips end up in the bilge pump, it could clog it and basically sink your boat. So my job for this morning, and however long it takes, is to try to remove some of this. So I have my pull scraper and my regular scraper, and I'm ready to go. Oh, yeah, you can see some really big pieces easily coming up. We tried working on this another time, but the bilge was still pretty wet, and it was much more difficult to get up. But now that it's dry, it's coming up in large sheets here. So I'll be here for a while, but it'll be worth it in the end, knowing that the boat won't sink. Oh, here we go. I got my bucket for large pieces, and I got a brush to clean up the smaller bits. Let's see what we can do. Decided I better put on a mask because this is very dirty work. I do have some asthma issues, so better to be safe than sorry. Wonder if this was original from the factory or not. So I'm guessing it's not, because they would have pre-treated the surfaces so it wouldn't come up like this. This just looks like someone forgot to do the right prep work and didn't get off all the oils and grime and stuff that would cause it not to stick properly. I've been scraping for quite a while, and I'm realizing I'm not going to be able to get everything removed. This must be kind of epoxy paint, but I'm hoping to get at least some of the worst. You can see this is pretty bad still here. And I'll show you where it worked up here. It's certainly better. Not pretty, but at least not peeling wholesale. We'll have to monitor this and keep chipping away, literally, as time goes on. I'm finished for the moment, and as you can see, I have quite a bit of detritus.
Oh, honey.
That I pulled out.
You pull out the best detritus.
The best detritus.
You can see how it would be much better if you get it out now than if this got caught in your pump.
Yeah.
Always when there's something wrong and the boat is
Sinking
flooding.
or flooding.
Yeah,
It's
of
something
course.
like this that keeps you from staying afloat.
Yeah, it keeps me awake at night.
Keeps
actually.
you awake at night.
All right.
All right, that's
Come
enough.
on, honey. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too.
Okay,
Let's go
all
get
right.
some lunch. We brought a couple of clippings from some plants back up in Connecticut where we came from, and hope to get them started in a pot today. The oregano, basil, and a sweet potato, and a Barbie I found on the beach. Jim thought was hysterical, so she keeps us company here. We also got this nice little pot of different herbs we thought we'd put in our planter. It's always nice to have some fresh greens. We do miss gardening when we live on our boat, which we have done for the last 3 decades or so, but we do what we can.
Hello, friends. Today, for some reason, I have no idea why, we seem to need plants on the boat. So what we've got are the turkey seasoning special from Publix, I guess.
Yes.
Some thyme, rosemary, and sage. And then these guys we brought as just cuttings from our other boat up north. And it's basil, sweet potato, and our thyme, which we like.
Oregano, I thought.
Oh, is that oregano? Oh,
Might
yes.
be oregano. We're
It's
not sure.
It's
Well,
one of those.
one of those,
Yeah.
yes.
So anyways, we have a container, we put some holes in it, and we want to fill the bottom of it with some shells just to give it good drainage and aeration. We don't have a piece of screen to go in. Usually you put these guys in. These are just shells off the beach. Usually you put these guys in, and then a piece of screen, like window screen, and then put the soil on top. But we don't have anything like that, so we're just going to use some paper towels, which hopefully will still drain and breathe. Maybe I guess it. What do you think?
All right, let's see. That is,
You think that's okay?
yeah.
And this is really sad. Don't tell your friends you saw this here. But the paper towel is pretty good. Oh, wow. God's on
Perfect.
our side. Look, it's just... Okay. Maybe not. Maybe he's teasing us. Now,
Yes,
we went
dear.
to Lowe's. The best thing they had was this Miracle Grow, and we're not big fans of Miracle Grow. It's junk. Look at this. It's just peat moss. I suspect the only reason anything grows in here is because they've added all sorts of fertilizers and whatever. They call it a container mix, so we'll see if it works. We'll put this guy in. I think we're gonna have. Okay. Try that to start.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And we have some sand
And then we'll add some sand to it
just to give it
because
a little more.
yeah, look at this. It's not soil at all. It's just peat moss and bits of perlite and uncomposted.
What the heck?
It's peat moss. It's just a chunk of peat moss.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
So that's what a potting mix is, I guess. Oh, look, there's another one. We use these for anything? What a piece of shit.
James, watch your language.
A piece of something.
Shirt.
So, a piece of shirt. So, yes, dear. Jesus.
Yeah, that's not just the stuff that's gotten...
Maybe it is just
Yeah.
compacted soil, but it wants to be. It wants to be.
Okay, we'll say it's compacted soil.
All right,
and go
I think
with
we
that.
will add some sand to this. Donna brought some sand.
On one of my morning walks of the beach.
Oh, God. She's walking around with this. It's like 30
Hey.
pounds.
That's good weightlifting.
All right. Yes, dear. Boy, it might as well be peat moss. A big flat thing. It's not. We've gotten Miracle Grow that was so awful nothing would grow in it.
Except
It literally.
mushrooms.
Excepting mushrooms. Mushrooms grew in it. Put some of this back. If I had any sense, I'd just throw it in the drink. All right. And then we'll add some Fort Lauderdale beach sand just to complicate measures. I was thinking, you know, just go organic. I mean, organic. We should go hydroponic, and just grow it in the soil with organic mix, but
Hydroponic
sorry, I'm
mix.
tired. This is You know what? Let me take some more of the soil out.
Yeah. Okay.
This is always the what the heck am I doing part. But I do like the sand in there.
Yeah, it gives it a little more aeration, or not aeration, the water.
Well, yeah. This stuff there's an awful lot of organic
Careful.
matter in here.
Well, you wanted to throw it some
I did
in the
want to
drink. Oh well. Oops.
All right. Anyway, why are we doing this?
I don't know, because it's fun.
Because it's fun. I know.
And
Well, that at least starts to look like soil. Okay, let me show you how I usually do this. I think we should break these up because they're
Yes.
all too close together. And you know what?
What?
This is completely dry.
Yeah. Do you want to wet them out?
Yeah. Is this that's salty water?
That's
Give me
a
one
little
second.
salty. In the meantime, I'll keep you company. This is a lovely day here in Fort Lauderdale. We're very fortunate to be here instead of freezing our bums off in Connecticut.
I'm back.
James is back.
So usually the way we do this, because people, every time we see people do this, they plant this, and it's either too high or too low. And the simplest way to do this is just drop the pot in, figure out where it wants to sit, so that's level with the surface, at least what was the surface. Take your soil, pack it in, and this may not work very well because this stuff's all dry and it's very crumbly. Pick that up a little bit. And then pull the pot out.
And you have
You've got a perfect nice
space.
hole.
Sweet.
And then you just do this.
Root bound?
Yeah, typically when something's root bound like this, I pull the roots out because if they're going around in a circle, they probably want to keep going around in a circle. And that's what my mom used to do whenever we were planting trees.
And she was very good with
She was
plants.
very good. Yeah. All right. So I'm thinking sage goes in the center, and I can break these guys off and put
Right.
them.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, let me just put it in. All right.
See if you can.
The rosemary gets big.
Big, it becomes a little bush.
Yeah. You know what? Hang on. Let me get a knife.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna fix that thing's a little red.
Ah, you
All
look dangerous.
Yeah. I'm a pissy cat. Yeah. Wow.
A lot of roots.
Really. This is this. We bought this at Publix. This is single use only. After you cut all these, I'm sure everybody just throws the thing away.
It's
But,
supposed to be for your turkey dinner,
Right.
but I like it any time of year. These are nice herbs. And,
We grow on the other boat. We grow all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let me move this guy over
right. I think that's a good idea.
because the sage. We're probably going to cut most of this back. We're not big sagers. It's great for poultry and things, but
Oregano.
the oregano.
That stays pretty small, so you can.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the best place. I'm figuring the sweet potato, which gets huge, that'll be here.
Okay.
So let me just put them here.
Okay.
Kind of shadowed, but okay. This is sweet potato, and this is just a cutting. I'm gaining a lot of respect for sweet potato. It you just take cuttings, root them, and then they grow fine.
And you can eat the leaves as well as the tuber that they grow.
Right. And then the basil I'll just stick in the back here.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's quite a root
Yeah.
ball on it. It's okay.
I'm gonna
Rinse it.
really saturate
Yeah,
this.
this all
whole
really
mess.
will need a good saturation.
We were just gonna put these in the window because they're fun. You know, you put them in the window, they grow roots, and they're fun to look at. And you add just a tiny bit of something
flavor
to them.
our food,
Yeah.
and yeah.
All right, so those are down.
The only thing we're missing is kale, which is one of my favorites. I eat
Yeah.
from our garden up in Connecticut on the back of the boat.
Well, we've been growing the same kale for same
Decade.
plant. We just keep getting the seeds off of it for years and years, and now we call it dock kale. It's perfectly evolved to be on the dock.
Yep. All right, so
And
we're
I've
all
got
set.
I've got some Dr. Earth I'll add,
Ah,
so we'll see what happens.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'll just dig.
222.
What's that?
It's a 222. What is that? The nitrogen.
Yeah,
to
nitrogen, potassium,
potassium,
phosphorus.
phosphorus.
Oh, that's interesting.
What is it? Oh,
It's pellets. I wonder if it's on the other dock. We've had great success for something called poop,
yes.
which is anaerobically composted
Chicken.
litter from chicken things,
Yeah.
and it's really nice. The nice thing about it is it releases very slowly. So
Yeah.
they don't burn things like you do with the chemical fertilizers.
Right. So how do we handle this?
I'm
one?
just going to open this and pour handfuls in. I don't think you're going to burn anything with this. It's it's like alfalfa,
Oh yeah.
you know,
All right.
something. I don't think it's going to change the pH. I have no idea what the pH here is. Probably grotesque. I didn't know what this was. I probably should have added that to the soil when I was mixing it, but it doesn't
Too late.
matter.
Yep. All right.
All right, so there you have it. We'll show you all the dead plants next week.